You know something's absolutely terribly beyond wrong when there are people in our world who sit at their computer and they type up comments and they type up things and they are putting in so much effort into pushing people over the edge. These aren't even the people who are ideologically motivated. These aren't the far-right extremists or anything. This is just the people who are online terrorists, who are hiding in the darkness of their room with no light except the glow of the computer. There's something so wrong when that exists. And yet above them, every single night and every single day, there is the Milky Way. Now imagine the Milky Way. If you have seen it, you've only seen it as a cloud. So it looks like a cloud, pretty much, right? A cloud of stars, if you have seen the Milky Way. But still, seeing it as a cloud or seeing it in photographs as you have, it's the most beautiful thing ever, period, that could ever be seen. And so it's problematic that these two things exist. How can something so beyond beautiful and holy, right? Holy as in like separate from everything else, right? So separate in its beauty, coexist with someone who is totally depressed, totally isolated, and whose brain does not allow them to feel joy. To feel joy. How can somebody's brain not feel joy? That is heartbreaking. That's beyond heartbreaking. So I've dedicated most of my life now, most of the life that I can remember at this point, to actually trying to do something. And in doing that over the years, over 6 years now, I have been so thoroughly overwhelmed that I have gone through the cycle already many times of like being highly motivated to organize people and get things done in a new and revolutionary way, all the way to just feeling like, oh my gosh, there is nothing I can do today except actually just like take a couple deep breaths. Like that, those are my goals for today, because fuck this shit. This is actually so overwhelming beyond comprehension. How can those two things coexist? There's people who want to push people over the edge. I've seen them. I know them because I grew up on the internet, right? So I've seen these things firsthand. I've seen all the different kinds of people. I haven't seen everything, unfortunately. That's another heartbreaking part. If there's more to see, then that's even more heartbreaking, right? But I've seen so many of these personalities, so many of this mental illness, demons. How do you describe it? After being in those communities, and then after going through a long battle against evil in your own personal life, and after a long journey with God, you just get to a point where you're just sensitive to it again. You know, it breaks your heart so much. You should be desensitized, but you've already gone through another cycle of being desensitized, then resensitized, and I've even been desensitized again after that, and then resensitized again. I'm sensitized now, I would describe it. I'm sensitized now. I feel horrible pain, even just thinking about the exploitation in our world. And so it all hits me at once, right? So every problem in the world usually kind of hits me at once. So I'll be thinking about light pollution and like child exploitation and schizophrenia like all at once, right? Or like, like there's so much homelessness, right? So many people who just truly feel like there's nothing that can be done, right? And for me, that's unacceptable, right? I think about that in addition to every other problem all at once. And oh my gosh, dude, this is terrible. This is actually terrible. I want freedom from this. I actually want freedom from this. But I also wanted to use this video right now to actually bring hope again. What a miracle. What an absolute miracle if you can understand what I'm saying right now. Because I'm tripping over my words. I'm saying funny little repeat words like actually, that I'm just saying those words to help me get through talking, because it's actually very difficult to talk. It's very difficult to talk, but I've been practicing. As I've said in all of my videos recently, the point on this channel is to try. It's to try. It's to try. To try to communicate this intense suffering, which needs to be communicated because there are others like me who care. There are others like me who care. I have written down documents and documents full of words on how I can make videos, what I need to write about, how I need to organize things in order to make the most possible change in our world. And yet I've ended up doing 1% of it at most. 1% of it at most. And so I have to start again from a more humble place when I approach this work. That humble place being, I just need to press record, pretty much. Now, I'm thankful enough with this video to have a script, which is about 2 lines long. And, it's a total of like 14 words. So that's my script for this video. And I'm not even really looking at that. But again, the point is to try. I haven't done everything I've needed to do, because I've gone through the cycle of being overwhelmed, completely crushed by the problems of our world. It's terrible. It's actually insane. It's actually insane. But the problem is that there's other people like me who are feeling this too. So I wanted to use this video as an excuse to promote my work. I have websites. They're in the description. I have one website, which is the main website that I've been working on, in general, for the last 6 years. It's my public journaling project. So basically a public journal, which is packaged nicer than what I'm describing it as. So there's that, and then there's the other website below it, which is it's the website that I've been working on recently, which is still kind of a public journaling project, but it's been more useful in organizing everything that I'm trying to do overall. And so these 2 projects, you can look at them if you want, right? But the point of these 2 projects is to fight against the problem of child exploitation in our society through the lens of what I would describe as core values. And it kind of sounds corny, right? But core values. Because it's important to have values. It's important to have values. I'm exhausted right now. I'm exhausted. It's 2 a.m. But I want to make this video because I'm so tired. I'm so sick and tired of being alone. I am so sick and tired of being alone. I want change to happen. I need change to happen. So yes, I am taking action to make sure that it happens. But what I really want is to see a beautiful sense of unity. So for example, I saw a video earlier, which was a very simple YouTube video, which was made hastily by the author in order to bring awareness to a specific channel on YouTube who is glorifying child abuse material. Right? And so I watched this video, and what I noticed was lots and lots of anger, lots and lots of anger. And that's good, and that's okay. But I want to see that entire community come together and have access to every resource needed to make change. And I am not seeing that. But I want every last person in those comments to be unified. How do I do that? How do I do that? Please tell me, because I want to know. If we take a video like what I just described, and we take these angry people, how do we focus that? How do we put this towards something that's actually insanely beautiful and will actually generate complete change of something? Something. Maybe not everything needs to change. But when you're like me and you feel the weight of everything come crashing down, like you feel the problems of our world, you get tired. It exhausts you. That's what makes me exhausted. That's what makes me feel unhealthy, is actually choosing to care deeply about the problems of our time. It's not entirely a choice, but a lot of it actually is, because you can numb yourself. I've had the option to numb myself to the pains of the world. If you understand the language that I'm using right now, then you understand me. And we should probably get in contact. On my channel, and possibly in the description as well, are ways to contact me. Right? Do you see what I'm trying to do with this video? Isn't this good? Like, am I doing the right thing here? I need criticism. I need people who care. I need people who care. Because I don't want this to just be about me. This has to be about something else. This has to be about something else. Otherwise, if it was just about me, my needs could be met very easily. There it is. The train of thought is just lost, just like that. This is great. This is actually great. Because with every video, I'm getting so much closer. Wait, no, not so much. A little bit closer to doing what needs to be done, which is effective communication with people who care to make the greatest change possible in a world that evidently needs change. Everything from light pollution to more empathy to more control over our technology, the technology that we use, right? So change is absolutely needed. Have you ever heard the idea of, and I'll circle this back in a second, I'll try to, but have you ever heard the idea of like building a cabin and going away in the woods, away from it all? Of course you've heard that, but have you heard a couple idealistic romanticizations that are a little bit deeper than that? So for example, like building an off-grid community. They get more specific, right? So I've heard some of the more specific romanticisms, right, of an idealistic life. There's names for it. There's names for that romanticism. But if you're like me, you don't care about the names necessarily. You care about making it happen, right? So I will tell you right now that having a magical cabin in the forest, right, by a beautiful mountain or lake or ocean, that can actually be part of what we can do to make change, right? But realistically, what we can do is find some kind of strategy for land ownership, whether it be alternative or just literally anything. So we find a solution on that front. Then we find a solution on finding community, actually bringing together community. I'm trying to do that through extensive like videos and like posts and like comments, right? So I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to like use keywords and stuff to like kind of find my people, right? But also there's just so much confusion because there's so much confusion, right? If there's so much thinking, and I need to sort through that, and that's what I'm doing right now. So this idea of, bear with me, please bear with me. Thank you so much for listening to this, by the way. But yeah, we have that beautiful romanticized idea, and others like it. Let's try to put them together in a way that is actually functional. I don't want to hear, but I can't anymore. If there is a comfort that you are avoiding to sacrifice, I urge you to sacrifice it. I urge you to get in contact with me so that we can encourage each other to sacrifice it. The other part of my work that I wanted to promote is a Discord where we can do exactly what I just said. Exactly what I just said. So if you want to find other people to possibly abide by certain values and like recognize certain important things, like possibly things that I've mentioned, I would like to put together a Discord for that. Very simple. See? And that's in the description as well. So there you go. This is what I'm thinking. I know something can be done. I know something can be done. If there is a comfort that keeps you bound to a destructive way of living, I urge you to say no. Just say no. Scream and say no. I have screamed and said no. I will not abide all of this. I will not deal with all of this. What I will do instead is I will allow myself to suffer deeply, deeply, knowing of the injustices in the world. And by the way, an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. You've heard that quote, right? It rings true. It rings true. It rings true, doesn't it? Doesn't it, right? Please just put away the injustices. Say you're done. Can I no, fuck it. I have to share with this with you. It's a quote from one of my favorite songs. Even when you hunt me with ire relentless, batter down my door when you find me defenseless, I will not abide all your raging and reaving. That's it. That's the quote. That's in my mind. Constantly. I will not abide all your raging and reaving. I will not abide all the raging and evil and reaving and relentless hatred of lack of empathy, of hating others, of sacrificing truly good things for cheaper things. I will not abide that. I want you to talk to me. A person who cares. I want you to talk to me and others as well. So I'm not dominating this, right? This isn't about me. I want us to talk so that we can actually force each other into a situation where we are truly making effort to care for the world. I have told the people in my life that I am going to die. I have told them that I will die early. Because when you have thought extensively about these things, there's a chance you may have come to the conclusion that for some reason or another, you're just going to die. If it's not of stress, it's going to be of putting yourself in a situation where you reject all like modern like conveniences, right? At some point. And then I don't know. Maybe you reject healthcare when you need it, and so you die early, right? So that's a thought. Maybe you cannot bear and you cannot handle the idea that a palm oil plantation will, first of all, use up a lot of finite land on Earth, and then also destroy certain ecosystems. Perhaps that sinks into your heart and stays with you day to day, and it breaks your heart, right? That means that you care, right? And the people in your life are going to tell you that that's actually kind of bad and to your detriment, which may be true. It could be to your detriment, but maybe you aren't the only person who matters. And maybe that's what I kind of have wanted to tell people. Christians included. I don't know. I mean, I've seen some hypocrisy there, but honestly, I'm not here to criticize that right now. I'm here to try to unite people. We all have everything that's hurt us. We all know stuff that's hurt us, right? So I know my stuff that's hurt us. Christianity is among that. But honestly, that's kind of a smaller priority than what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with suffering that affects the most vulnerable in our world, which is unacceptable. So in the description is a very brief summary of the ways that I want to connect us, right? And this can only just be the start, right? Let's get connected. And then with the other parts of this video, I have hopefully encouraged you to keep trying, because we have to. There is no option. There is no option. We have to do something. But so much of us are experiencing crippling physical health problems and crippling depression and anxiety and mental health problems. So between those physical and mental problems, it's a miracle if we actually can get something done. So I will acknowledge that for you. I will acknowledge that for you. If you're like anyone who I've known and seen, then you are going to have either crippling physical or crippling mental problems in some way, shape, or form. And so here it comes back. Here the thoughts come back to me. They come back to me as I'm talking, because I'm staring directly at the camera of the phone. And I'm focusing on it. So after that, I want to say, it's okay. It is okay to not be okay. It is actually okay for you to not connect and do these things that I'm calling you to do and like trying to inspire you to do, right? It's okay if you can't fucking manage that, right? Because I understand not being able to fucking manage these things. It's impossible, bro. This life is kind of impossible, right? It's problematic. I don't have the physical shit yet. I don't have half of these fucking problems, right? But I do have like, I have the mental problems. Some of these like crippling fucking tragedies, right? That plague our life, right? That cause human beings to choose pushing somebody over the edge behind their computer screen in the dark over looking at the Milky Way, right? So, we all have like these terrible problems. But honestly, dude, it's okay. It's okay to suffer. Like, do you want to talk to me? Do you want to hear me out? Is there anyone in the comments who wants to hear you out? Please. Is there anyone in your life who wants to hear you out? If nobody else, I don't know. Ask me or something. Ask God, right? I don't believe in God. I don't actually know about God. But I know that God has helped certain people. God is real to some people. Do you see this? Do you see this chaos right now? I am trying. I want you to try too. I need you to try too. Please. There's nothing else to say. Rewatch the video if you have to. I don't know. There's nothing else to say. I'm exhausted and I am ready for change. I have presented to you what I needed to present to you. And also I care about you, bro. When I read comments online from people, I actually feel a sense of love and care for them. Right? So I want to try to show that through the things that I've been telling you about in this video. Please. Please. Please feel encouraged. If you know that you need to feel encouraged right now, this video, I want this to help you. Please. Please let it help you. Please let it help you. Oh my gosh, let it sink into your heart. Because I have this quote that I made, and it's basically, my screams, so like my suffering that I am spending hours and hours trying to get out there, right? My screams, they might stay in your heart as a whisper. You know exactly what I mean. You probably know exactly what I mean. Have you ever seen a terrible, terrible, horrible news story? Have you ever heard somebody yelling and screaming and being hurt by the world? I'm sure you have, right? And so, but you remember it. The key thing is that you remember it a little bit in the back of your head. That's what I want to be for others, so that we can actually ignite change. And on top of that, I also want to hear people's screams, and I want them to live as a whisper in my head. because I want to care about them and I want to understand. And I will sit here and I will try to talk to people, and I will go through as many miscommunications and as much suffering as it takes in order to get this done. And I currently have energy left. It's great. But I can expect to see a season of my life where my health will decline and my capability to do anything will decline, right? So I can expect decline. I can expect a mental breakdown as well, right? It's actually hard for me to do this. It's hard for me to do what I'm doing right now for multiple reasons, but honestly, it's important, and I want to share this with you. This is my good news. This is what I have found. We need to do something. Okay, I'm going to do you a favor and end the video, right? I said everything. Thank you so much, okay? Thank you so much.